Hi David, hope you're well. Let's start with just a sort of fitness update. Where is the squad kind of at heading into this weekend's game?
Yeah, luckily everyone came back healthy from the internationals. I've seen all of them today. Duffy is back in training since Monday, so it looks like that we have the same squad available plus Duffy, which is a good thing to have.
Has it had the desired effect? Obviously, we saw Josh Sargent and Grant Hanley withdraw from their international squads. Has this block of days and weeks since in between games been helpful in terms of their fitness and condition?
Yeah, obviously they were in the treatment room more or less the whole international break. Trained a few sessions this week, not all of them, but we are used to it in recent weeks or months, and we have to deal with the situation. Grant Hanley, as we said, makes a private or a separate individual program now for till end of April, and then we hope that he will have him back as sharp, as explosive as he was before.
And in terms of Sargent, no issues sort of heading into Friday's game?
Yeah, we expect him to be part of the matchday squad, yes.
Cool. And in terms of John Rowe and his progress as well, I think you might have Onel Hernandez to thank for this, but I think there was a picture of him in the background on the grass, sort of going through some fitness work. So is he kind of entering, progressing, I suppose, in terms of what his recovery is?
Yeah, he does. So it would be a problem if he would not. But it takes time, as we said. So I both of them, obviously Johnny is a little bit closer, are in and around the schedule which we had in our head as a time frame.
I guess it's a balance, isn't it? Because you've got obviously a block of games that are so important and mean so much, but you've also got to preserve those players as well. So it's a balance for you, isn't it, in terms of importance of games and managing players, as you have been over the last weeks and months, in fairness.
Yeah, but listen, I think in general, I think I'm not one of the managers who rush players back into team training or into game time. Very rarely this happens, and I think at the end of the day, if you are calm in these situations as well, it pays off, and this is what my experience is. So this means for me there is not a real balance. Obviously there is a moment when the medical department say the fitness department can take over, and then there's a moment where the fitness department says, okay, I can take over, and then I make the decision. Have I seen enough of them that we can involve them again? And this is how normally the process always is, and I think we have we all benefit from this process in the past, and will do in the future as well.
Before we move on and talk about the game, it's obviously got to ask you about something that's come up this week, and that was some comments from Stuart Webber last weekend, and obviously it's got him a lot of criticism. The club had to release a statement. He was accused of racially profiling two obviously current Norwich City players, two former ones as well. Abu Kamara was one that released a statement saying he was saddened and shocked. Club had to as well. I mean, have you had to speak to those players, support those players this week? Have you had to have extra conversations with them around that situation?
Yeah, I had, and I think the club put out a statement. I think from my side, even if I have a personal opinion on it, nothing more to say. For me, to be fair, the next game is so important that I like to keep the focus only on this. All my energy, our energy should be going into this Plymouth game, which is in front of us. This is so super important for us, and I don't like to keep this plate spinning because this is not my headline, our headline.
Yeah, and obviously in terms of him, because he's someone that you've worked with for a long time, I recognise it. It's and you said, and obviously I respect that you don't necessarily want to talk about it. But in terms of that relationship, was there surprise, if that's the right word, that he produced those comments? Someone that you've known for such a long period of time.
Listen, if you say you respect that, I don't like to give any comments. So why you don't ask another question about it? I think I made my point clear. All focus is on Plymouth from all of us, and this is the only thing what counts for me and for us at the minute, and this is where all my energy goes to.
Okay, let's move on to that game. It obviously starts a block of 8 games for you because of the break and the fact that it's not been stop and then start. I appreciate that, but you've had a gap. Does it allow you to focus minds on this block of 8 games and almost approach it like a sort of like a mini league, I guess, with those 8? It gives you a really defined block to go and target, doesn't it, an attack?
No, it's not how we approach it. It's not how we look on it. We only look on the next game, and this is what we've done in recent months, weeks, and I think this brought us into a situation which we now in, and where all of us are super exciting about what is now in front of us. And this is this approach we will not change. This is exactly what we will keep going, and this means Plymouth. There is something what happened, I don't know, 6 months ago when we played them away. We are aware what happened there. We have to correct something. We are desperate, fully desperate to correct what we experienced there. And the chance is then on Friday at home. Carrow Road, sold out again. Atmosphere will have to be fantastic after this short international break, and with what is now in front of us, where everyone smells and can see we can do something, and for this we have to go step by step, and the next step for us is Plymouth. So our supporters will be on board for 100%. I'm sure on this, and this energy we have to all together create at Carrow Road what we've done in recent home games to hopefully have another positive result.
Yeah, and that sort of game that happened in September was something I was going to ask you about, and I was actually going to ask you if it does give you a sort of added incentive around this game, but you've kind of answered that there. So I guess that sort of desire to put it right, and that's an added ingredient. That's a good ingredient to have heading into this weekend. It adds a little bit of hunger to your players on top of obviously already trying to get 3 points in such a busy period and an important period of the season.
Yeah, I can't deny that this desire is there. It's important to have a calm head, but have this fire and show the fire on the grass, which everyone has as well, to show that we are better than what we've shown when we played them away.
And obviously, your team's in a different moment. It's obviously got a different mentality and confidence around it than perhaps. And I know that sort of came off a good run at the start, but you must be pleased of how your team has grown and has come through difficult moments, and the mentality that it looks to, certainly I've watched it in recent weeks, to have developed. And that's going to be so important, isn't it, to the games and the runs ahead, particularly in sort of big games to come over the next few days and weeks.
Yeah, of course. It's great to come from, 17th in the table to where we are now. It's great to have very good home record, recent games performance-wise. We are very consistent and stable as well away from home, consistently performing on a good level. Now got another away win again, which was important for us. Yeah, but these are all things which grows your confidence, and you feel that everyone really believes and is desperate to keep going now. I had a few conversations with the one or other of the guys, and you really can feel they can't wait to play the next one, especially now against Plymouth, because of what happened in the first game and at home. Now again, to be at home now again. So everyone is super exciting and very, very hungry and greedy to keep going. And this is good to have, but at the end, it's important to show it again. And I have every belief and trust that we will try everything what we can do on Friday again to be successful. And obviously, yeah, the price is clear. 3 points, another 3 points at home. This is what we can get if we come to our best. And this is first and foremost where we have to be focused on, that we again do everything on the highest possible level, in ball possession, without ball possession, be as brave and confident in ball possession, but be hungry, sharp and intense without ball possession as well. And this combination in recent weeks and months were top, on a very good level. And now Friday again, with hopefully a super good support and energy from the stands, we have everything to show it again.
You've obviously spoken about the importance of togetherness throughout this season, to be fair, and it's been evident throughout this season within the dressing room. It feels like in the last few weeks, because of everything you've spoken about, the home form, obviously getting a win away now, it feels like confidence has really improved as well. Are you seeing that within your squad, that there's an increased level of confidence? And I guess there's probably inevitability about that because of the run of form and the performances that they've been producing.
Yeah, of course. Wins, performances consistently on a high level gives you confidence, creates confidence, and obviously this is what the players produced. Nobody should deny or shy away from the problems which we still have, injury-wise, and with the one or other player who we miss, but the one or other comes back now as well. So it's a situation which we are, and I think this is one of the big benefits. We had so many setbacks in the season, and we have to deal with so many difficult situations in the season already, that you have the feeling, okay, nothing can disturb us. We take it on the chin and move on, because we know we dealt with a lot of difficult situations in the season so far, and now for us it's all about looking forward to the next one, which is Friday.
Yeah, and everyone sat in this room knows the dangers that Plymouth possess after that game in September. But they've obviously had a managerial change since then. I think they're going through a pretty difficult time at the moment as well. We've spoken about how maybe your side is different from that game. Are they a different side? Do they now pose different challenges to what they did in September because of obviously a different head coach?
No, the approach is quite similar. So, and this is what really I'm looking forward to that we can show what the players have shown in recent months and weeks, the steps which we have done, the steps especially in ball possession, the steps in the rest defense, the steps in the counter press, the steps in avoid opponents' transition and be a threat for yourself. So because they are quite similar in their approach, it's up to us to show that we are better, much more better than what we've shown in this first game.
Yeah, and obviously I wanted to ask you about Adam Forshaw as well, player who's here until January. He's gone there. I think he's had a little bit and been a bit in and out recently, so I'm not sure if he's going to play on Saturday as of yet. But to see him again and to face him as an opponent, that must be something that you're looking forward to. Before the game and after the game, obviously a focus on making sure you get 3 points when the whistle goes.
Yeah, Forshaw is a top guy, super professional. I'm not quite sure if he will be involved. Obviously Bali is not involved as well, who was our player, even if I was only able to work with him in the preseason. He is not there because of his suspension. So if we see them, great to see them back. Even better if we see them when we won the game, but at the end of the day it's all about the game.
Yeah, absolutely. I wanted to ask you a bit about Marcelino Nunez. He obviously scored last night, I think it was, against France, which is a fantastic, obviously, opponent to score, particularly away from home. But he did an interview speaking about how I think they've got a new manager, Chile, and he's slightly changed his role a little bit, made him a little bit more kind of box to box and a bit more sort of energetic, a bit more of an 8, I think he described, which is slightly different, maybe similarities, but slightly different to the role that he's been doing here. What have you kind of made of his international period, and what are the challenges? Or are there any challenges bringing a player in when they go away and they have to perform a slightly different role for another team?
Yeah, but they are used to it. And on Nacho, to be fair, I'm very happy that he played in Europe, so that he does not have the time changes, climatic changes, the flight as well. So even if I've seen in the canteen a few hours ago, he said he's super tired after the game yesterday, and he traveled back the night. But I'm very happy that he had not all the other stuff which he normally has if he goes to South America, and he is healthy. So we have to see, assess him, see what he can do tomorrow. He will for sure not train the full session with the players, and then we have to make a decision. Is he fresh enough to start again?
What have been the changes from a coaching side that maybe you've done with him to help him? Because I think we saw throughout his spell in England, it's probably natural because he came directly from South America and there's always going to be an adaptation period. But feels like now he's found some consistency to his game. Maybe you can say differently, but it looks like physically he's kind of sort of more imposing as well. Is that kind of work that you guys have done with him to make him a little bit stronger out of possession?
Yeah, he got stronger, yes, but I think physically it was never his biggest issue. He can run without a problem 13.5K every game, even if you play 3 games a week. What he has very, very much improved is his ball possession. He makes very rarely unforced errors. He's very reliable on the ball. And obviously, because he has so good legs, he is always in and around a challenge on the pitch. And that he is a lion, that he is a fighter, that he really goes for every challenge, even if he is only as high. This is always great to have in your team. And luckily, he scored from a free kick as well, because he has a very, very good set piece. So his biggest progression he has done is in being reliable in ball possession, and obviously all the other stuff was always there.
He doesn't score tap-ins, does he? He's scored from everywhere else.
We'll see.
Hey, we'll take it. Thanks, David. Appreciate your time. Thank you.
Thanks, Colin. Anything ITV?
Just a couple of things. This is a game people expect you to win, you could say. Does that add to the pressure when you and the team?
No. To be fair, we had situations like this where we played then maybe opponents where some people expect us to win, but we for 100% know that this means nothing. Every game is a difficult game, and we have to do our job on the highest possible level, and this is why we are not very focused on the noise from the outside. We have to make sure that we be focused on us and our game plan to execute it on the highest possible level. If we so do, I'm quite confident that we have everything to be successful.
And just one more on a personal level. I know you had to go back home for personal reasons. How are you doing?
Fine. Thanks for asking.
Okay, thanks everybody.